Hello, hello, and hello. I am the S.O.C.K, aka the Destitute Burrito, and we are back for the seventh session of Death's End. Um, we're kind of in the middle of combat, so I don't want to give a super long recap. But basically, where we left off, the players had conducted an ambush on these strange thugs, posing as if they were one goon, and then also the sealsmith that Gabrielo supposedly was. So we left off in the middle of combat. Azumi, I'm pretty sure that was the end of your turn, right?
Yes, it was. I
All
verified.
right. So the is going on to the strange thug's turn. All right. So the strange thug in front of you, um, he is. You see, he's like frantically, like looking side to side and everything because you cast that genjutsu to make it so he forgot that his ally was with him. So you see, this wasn't the plan. Where the hell's Briggs? Basically you see his wounds are like super deep after you had like slashed into him with your shokuto. So you see his skin is starting to like not tear but like expand, and like the muscle underneath it is starting to stretch a little bit, similar to the other strange thug in the field when they had gotten pretty severely wounded. So you see he's getting much larger, and let me see, he is going to he's gonna slash at you with his hunting knife and then make a syringe attack.
Meets it, beats it for the hunting knife. Syringe does not. However, as a response to him landing the hit on me, I am using my reaction as part of my dueling mastery to
Okay.
make a melee attack against him.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. No. Go ahead and make that attack. I'm pretty sure he's already used his reaction. Oh yeah, that is actually a side note. For when you guys use a reaction, I'll announce when it's like a new round, so you can remove it. Just put a yellow thing next to your token, just so because it's easy for me to forget bookkeeping wise sometimes.
Is that the case?
All right.
Oh, I see why I didn't. Okay, that's something I can fix.
Let me get
But
my book.
here's the roll. 13 to hit.
13 does not hit.
You
Give
know
me
what?
1 second.
I am gonna spend a will of fire. As
All right.
context clues tells me he is low and I want to hit him.
Go ahead and spin that.
19.
19 definitely hits.
Get the spin back.
I still take the damage. He doesn't like deflect the hit or anything.
All right.
8 plus 3, and then lethal does not. No, it does not proc here. So, damn. So that is 7 damage from me.
7 damage. Oh wait, let me check something real quick. You can get that will of fire back because that would have hit. In his current state, his muscles are like deformed and everything, and he appears a lot more clumsy and everything. He has like a guttural roar, so his AC would be lowered by 2. Let me input that into the token real quick. Also, let me know if the music is too loud for you guys on your end.
For me, it is good.
All right,
Yep.
cool. So, how much damage was that again?
That is 7.
7 damage. Uh, All right. So now, as you slash into him, he already used his reaction, so he can't defend against that. But as you slash into him, you expect like the same resistance from not really that much resistance from the Chokuto slashing into his flesh. But this time, as the sword slashes into him, you feel like a little bit of a grating sensation, as if you're slicing against stone a little bit. So that you can see he definitely was hurt a little bit by that and everything, but it didn't hurt him nearly as much as the first hit.
Gotcha.
He kind of snarls at you in an animalistic fashion and will use his bonus action to disengage.
He still hit me, so he does get to roll damage.
Oh yeah, that's 4 damage. If you see the slashing damage thing I
okay.
rolled. Yeah. I forgot to mention that. But yeah, no, in response to it's like pretty much almost at the same time you lightning quick do a riposte with your sword, and so you both like slash into each other at the same time. That's 4. I think you did subtracted 4 chakra by accident.
No, I only have 2 chakra remaining.
No, I meant from
no,
from the
no,
token. I meant
no. I see.
yeah, you
see
did
what you did.
chakra instead of health for the thing.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah. All right, but yeah, he's gonna take the disengage action as he runs off into the deep woods, kind of disappearing into the like dimly lit sort of parts of the trees that shield from the moonlight. Over at you, Gabriela, this strange thug in front of you.
I do roll. I also do roll chakra control.
Chakra control?
Yes, because Dark Isolation is a concentration jutsu.
Oh yeah, so, that would be a constant. Let me write that down. I forgot that it was a concentration jutsu.
Yeah. I
see.
just have to. It is 13 plus the rank. D rank, I believe that is just +1.
Yep, that should be just +1. Let me make sure to check it. This is the first time concentration has really come up.
Yeah, I fail it either way.
12 plus, so DC would be a 13.
You know what? That's what I'm spending my Will of Fire on.
You can,
that feels pretty vital to keep them running. 17.
All right. That does succeed, so you do maintain concentration on that. But yeah, back over to you, Gabriela. So the strange thug is going to also kind of not knowing why none of his teammates are coordinating with him, take the use his bonus action to take the disengage action as well to run off, and halfway away he is going to use his main action to take out a slip of paper from his pocket, and I'm going to need you to make me a wisdom save as he throws a flash tag down in front of you. Make sure. Did he get
wisdom
both
save?
of you guys? Yep, wisdom save. I'm just trying to see if he could get both of you. Oh, wait, hold up. I mean, that's not correct. Well, how far away is this? Let me see. That's 30 feet, so that's the maximum distance. Yeah, okay, so we can only get Gabriela. All right. DC 14.
Okay. I'm just trying to find... Hold on, there it is. Six.
That is a... Yeah, okay, so you are blinded until the end of... Creature becomes blinded until the end of their turn. So until the end of your next turn, you're blinded. Let me see. I'll write that down. But yeah, he uses the rest of his movement, the last 15 of his movement, to just try to disappear into darkness. But you can still see him at the end of the... Or, I mean, you can't see him, but you can still hear him running off the end of the trail. Uzi, you would see him a little bit, but he is kind of shrouded, like, you know, by these trees. So you see him disappear in that direction. This other strange thug that had revealed himself is going to... He is marked by Yubata with a chakra mark, so there are still bugs, like kind of like bees crawling on him and stuff. So I think he's going to... You see him kind of like retreat further into the bushes and make a stealth check. Who would be within view of him? Azumi and Uzi, make me a perception check at disadvantages. This is like a dim light sort of situation.
Gotcha.
It is still night, so let me see.
So that is a 15, 14.
Seconds.
Does this work? Just... Oh, 16.
16? Alright. See something real quick.
Yeah, no, I don't have perception.
Alright, let me see something real quick. Yeah, so he does disappear off into the darkness. So that is the end of the strange thug's turn. Gabriela, that is all you. You're currently blinded right now, as your eyes are kind of like struck with a searing, stinging pain.
So I'm currently blinded.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm just going to. Man, I hate being blind. I've been blinded every single time.
I mean, you can tell they know it's an effective tactic against you. Otherwise, they're going to get their face punched in.
That's true. But I'm acting scared, because I am scared. I'm just going to... Good question. No, I'm just going to try to recover
Okay.
from the thing, so...
Do you want to just ready, like basically hold your action to
Yeah,
react to
I'll hold
something?
my action, yeah.
Okay, all right. You guys do hear. Well, let me roll a d100 real quick.
It's Luna.
You hear like ever so faintly in the distance, just a as you can tell that a little bit of noise has been happening since this fight started and stuff, obviously. But yeah, just some groaning out in the distance. So next up is the turn for you guys' help. Luminary is gonna have to break the bushes in order to actually see him, because he can't ignore more than half cover. So that's gonna be. He's gonna take the dash action, and he's gonna run up. He ends up right here, and you feel. Or at the end of your turn, your blindness kind of goes away. So you see Luminaire as your eyes kind of like adjust to the light. You see Luminaire standing there. He has his hand on your shoulder, and he's like, "You all right?"
Yeah, just a little stings in my eye, but I'm good.
He just gives you a pat on the back and tells you to stay on your feet, and he'll just use a bonus action to fire a arrow at the escaping man. That does not hit. So yeah, he fires it, but it's a little bit dark and everything, so it just lands into a branch as the man is running by. Yubata is just going to. She looks at you, Uzi, and says, "Should I go after him?"
And stop him, but don't go too far.
I have him marked with a couple of my buddies, so I don't need to get close, I guess.
Perfect.
She is just gonna move 30 feet and make a stealth check against the strange thug.
Which I would argue, because they're fleeing, she would have a better chance.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's disadvantage on perception checks either way, because it's a dim light.
Enough.
So it's easier to hide in these sort of situations. She gets an 18, so that's definitely going to be hard for him to beat with disadvantage. For his perception.
I agree, gives you plus 20. Oh.
All right. Yeah. So he gets a 5 on his perception check. So he is, like you said, Azumi, he is currently like frantically trying to run away and everything, like heavy breathing and stuff. None of his allies are like interacting with him or communicating with him at all. So he's just you just hear him yelling out, just asking for help and stuff. But eventually he just tries to disappear away. But Yubata is hidden from him. That is you, Uzi.
I see any of them.
Let me see. I would say you still hear rustling in the bushes, since this is happening all at once. You hear rustling in the bushes over there, so you know he's at least in that general area since he's not hidden. You don't know about the one that just hid away, but the one that is running down the trail, you know that Yubata is after him. So,
This is gonna trust Yubata to finish that while he goes after the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Now let me just see how much range I have.
While he thinks of that, can I use
50.
Are you cool if I use my ready action to trigger a taijutsu thing?
Yeah, you can go ahead and use a ready to act. Well, I will probably say it's. Do you need it to happen like before Uzi does his thing?
It's just gonna be a passive thing that's gonna happen for a minute. So
Okay. Uzi, were you dashing? Let me just do that real quick, and then we'll do your ready
No, I
action.
didn't. I didn't dash. I just did 30.
Okay.
He is barely in range of my favorite jutsu that never works.
Wakabo.
Please work. Sealing art bind. For fuck's sake, it has failed twice in a row.
He is.
Oh
Yeah,
my
he's
God,
just.
if
It
you
has
can-
60.
If you can hit him.
Charisma
Right.
save.
Charisma save for this.
It's
guy.
failed twice
They're
already. They have
cultists,
succeeded
come on,
twice.
they're not good at charisma. Yeah.
This is gonna be like a really like long chakra thread that begins like wrapping around him.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah. So he is like describe as you do the hand signs and the how does this seal appear and stuff.
He uses it's not the most advanced of seals. It's a pretty quick like thing that he does just so. Mostly just because he sees that they're running away, so he kind of rushes the job. So it just like sends out some just like some basic chakra threads.
So
That
he
just
is-
that bind around his legs and arms.
So he's restrained, right?
He is restrained, and he has one rank of sealed.
All right. And are you doing anything as a bonus action?
Yes, I am. Just give me a second to figure out what. Do I have anything to use my bonus action?
Throw a pie at him.
Yeah, I can actually. Offensive tactic.
Because he's restrained, it would be a normal roll.
Offensive tactic. You can also make one weapon attack as a bonus action. Kunai.
All right. Yeah, that would be with advantage if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
It would
That's
be
long
with
range.
Advantage, but yeah, with the long range.
Oh, yeah.
moves it
Okay.
to normal.
So it just cancels out too.
I don't have. Oh wait, no. Okay, I do have a good. I think I have a good chance of hitting. Ah. My roll 20 is slow today. Come on. Might have to refresh my roll 20. Oh, fuck. 13!
13.
I think that hits actually.
13 does hit. Yeah.
Oh shit, yeah, okay. I'm gonna also use the other part of offensive tactics where I can add my intelligence modifier to the damage.
Nice.
Fuck yeah.
This Kuda is gonna deal 1d4 plus 7.
God damn.
The dice is irrelevant.
Dude.
Irrelevant
This is
dice.
from
My
your War
favorite.
Master, subclass. So like something in you
Yeah.
during this combat, like this real combat experience, has like started to unlock something within you, like like a level of like skill and like proficiency. So is that 9 damage?
Yeah.
All right, let me see something real quick.
Kunai saves today and deals 9 damage. Got 10 plus 7 on a d4.
You see, he like you would assume that like with how like messed up he is that he would like die from this, but you see as the kunai sticks into him and everything, you see like blood is still pooling around the wound, but you see the muscle is starting to like make like a tightening, popping sort of sound as the kunai just like sinks out. It's not like he's regenerating or anything, but just like he's still barely up, just like with an inhuman level of durability as he's snarling. Gabriela, you had a ready to action that you wanted to let off. What were you doing for that?
Alright. I was gonna use a jutsu.
Mm-hmm.
I already consumed my chakra called Cat's Grace.
Okay.
What do I have? I got too many things I'll be using.
No, you're all good.
What Cat Grace does increases my movement speed by 20. It raises my dex and my wisdom to 16.
Mm.
If it's already above, it stays above. And if I use a it's beneficial all around.
Mm-hmm.
And also I get +2 on my passive perception.
Nice. How do you think Gabriela gets into? Is this like just like a sort of feral state that they get into?
What? It's a graceful cat. So instead of her feral mode like she was before with the panther, she'll calmly go on four, take a
Mhm.
deep breath, and then when it's her turn, she'll bolt towards the enemy.
That's scarier.
Yeah, you almost I almost kind of imagine this is like the first time in a while. Like you still go hunting and stuff, but since you moved in to the Leaf Village when you were younger, um, it's been a lot more, regular sort of interactions. Like, out in the wild, this is feels like at home almost, like the blood rushing through you, I imagine, and stuff reminds you of how you grew up. So let me see. I think your movement speed is also increased by 20, so you should have like 75 movement or something right now.
Yes, that's exactly true. I do have
Um,
75. And
yeah,
if I use a jutsu with a combo word in it, it also increases an additional 10.
yeah, you're kind of your blood is rushing and reminding you, giving you memories of you hunting in the wild right now, definitely. Azumi, it is your turn.
Using context clues, she does not believe that if there is an imposter among them, the one that she's least been attacking is not that one. So she readies her blade as she charges, aiming to just stab right through his chest.
Advantage!
Indeed. Indeed. Yep. 16. Alright, 16.
Was that 16 to hit? Okay, yeah, so 16 definitely hits. You describe how you just execute him and stuff.
I'm gonna roll the damage still because it's fun,
Mhm.
but she charges it without a single word to say, stabs it right through his heart.
All right.
And just to roll the damage because it's fun.
Damn.
Lethal, you're failing me here.
Yeah, either way. So yeah, you fully stab him through the heart and everything. And you see as like he takes his like dying breath and everything, like you see bloodshot, crazed eyes and his like veins getting blacker, almost like how you had when you had that plague sort of illness. Um, you see in his last moments as like the light is fading from his eyes, he just spits blood onto like your hand that's like on the hilt and everything as like a gesture of disgust, and he dies.
Does Izumi see the other one here?
Oh no, that's not another one. That's just I use that for a placeholder for the token.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. How much?
Yeah. After she watches him die. Oh, let me pay the last bit of chakra. I am maintaining the.
No, you don't. You have to
jutsu.
spend for chakra cost. Just remember for concentration.
You
Yeah.
are so right.
Yeah.
I've been
I don't like that
playing
feature,
against
so
Jutsu specialists, so I'm very used to the rule right now.
you're all good.
I like
Yeah.
this rule, it makes it easier for me.
Yeah, no, it doesn't really make any sense for a mana point system, at least in my opinion, for like the way Jutsu worked for it to cost.
Yeah,
It had that
I
much
don't-
cost.
there are a few particular reasons I don't like it. I won't get into it here because it's more of a rant on my part.
Yeah, no, that's all good.
Yeah, so
well-
as Izumi just watches him die, she'll pull out her sword, just almost slashes it to the side to flick off any of the blood or black blood on it. Both because she doesn't know how acidic it is and doesn't want her blade damaged, and she does not give two shits about him. But yeah, bonus action dash. She is running back to here. And is he? It's a bone. Oh nope, never mind. I just literally used my bonus action. That is
Yeah, no,
it.
you're all good. I'll remove the yellow thing for your token and everything because it is a new round on your turn, so everybody has the reaction stuff that they had already spent them. Let me see. So that will be the strange.
Oh, actually, can Uzumi say something? Like, yeah, she gets back to
Yeah.
the center.
Mhm.
She's gonna call out loudly. If the imposter is near, I recommend you reveal yourself. And yeah, just that.
Make me a persuasion check.
All right, kind do it. Yeah, I will say her voice is very dull, as she wants them to come out more as of I really don't want to deal with more of these motherfuckers, and we're on the same side. That is a 9.
I have a question.
You know what? No, there's a boss fight coming. Never mind.
Okay.
Yeah, what's up, Uzi?
And can you give Will of Fires away to other people?
You can. You have to just. It has to be a legitimate. So if you were to give me advantage, you would have to say,
Okay.
"What does Uzi do to give Uzi advantage?"
Okay, I just wanted to check. Continue.
Yeah. Well, yeah. No, so with a 9, you just call out, and you just kind of are met with like the same sort of sound of that strange thug that you guys know of that's still alive. Well, other than the one that's hidden, that he's just like hurriedly trying to run down. So like frantic breaths.
Yeah.
He is going to keep running. He's going to take the dash action, and he is a good distance away. So let me see, 25 to he would be an additional 35. So for anyone chasing after him, you would have to move. I'm trying to think like the closest person, for example. Gabriella, you could probably catch up to him, but that's specifically why I'm measuring how much he's off the map.
I think Gabriella needs one dash action and they're good.
So that's 50. So he moved. And how much you would have? What, like 25 movement to spare?
Yeah.
25 movement to spare, and then you can give yourself
including,
bonus
that's
speed,
not
right?
including combos I can do.
That's not including dashes and stuff like that, yeah, as well. So for you would have to move 50 plus 2, 35 feet off them. Sorry, I'm trying to do the math because I know he's 35 feet off the map because he moved 25 feet and then an additional
30. So he's 35 feet off the map.
35 feet off the map. Okay, so now I basically just have to do the measurement for how long you have to move. 50 and then plus 35 feet. You'd have to move 85 feet to get to him.
Oh, no problem. That's not a problem.
But let me see something real quick. How close are there? No, you're not that close. Let me see something real quick.
Sumi is semi-tempted to just say her theory of, yeah, we know this, and then just be like, see how close it is to bluff them to come out if they're still around.
Yep, that'll be the end of the strange thug's turn. So, Gabriela, that is all you. You hear the man like frantically. He's like getting further away and everything. But all your senses are honed right now.
Here's the thing. No hunting mode.
Oh no.
Goodbye, kneecaps.
It's away from the hunting Gabriela. So she's gonna run. She's gonna run her 75. And that would leave about 10 feet away from him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna use something called Boar Rush, which gives him an additional 15 feet to play with.
Okay.
So what Boar Rush does...
I really want a part of the jutsu to just be ramming someone who's too close to that.
So I make 2 taijutsu... I make two melee taijutsu attacks. Then I'll do the damage with my unarmed strike, and it knocks the opponent into the air.
Mm-hmm.
And then they also do strength saving throw to see if they get bruised or not.
All right. So let me see. So you covered the distance for it, right? Let me check.
Yeah. So it's 75 plus 15 feet. So that's 90 feet to play with.
Oh yeah, no. So you describe how you well first roll the attack rolls and everything, then we'll describe what happens. But you guys see a zoom, not a zoom. You guys see Gabriela like bolt off, like kind of like if you've seen Hunter x Hunter when Pito like charged
Yeah.
all the muscles in their legs and it just like disappeared.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that. I love Hunter.
Mm-hmm. 24 and
54 and
15.
17.
24 and a
15, sorry.
17.
15.
Alright. Let me check their.
I don't wanna
Yep.
hurt you, but I
So-
might.
Both of those hit.
So he needs to do a strength saving throw.
Yeah.
I think that's 2 strength saving throws, right? Or is it with
No,
when
just
both
one.
hit?
If both hit, then he does it.
Okay.
What's the DC?
Oh no. Okay.
16.
That's why I was wanted to make this is a homebrew clan that I made, the Wild Child clan. So this is the first time it's like being play tested type thing. So no, he does have to make 2 strength saves because what make 2 melee taijutsu words. Make 2 melee taijutsu attacks where each successful hit deals your unarmed damage die, propels them 15 feet in the air, and imposes a strength save on them against your taijutsu save DC.
Oh,
So
okay.
they're propelled 15 feet regardless of whether they succeed the strength save or not. The strength save is for them to gain a rank of bruised. Just remember, it's your unarmed damage die, so not the modifier. So I think you deal like 1d6, so that'll be 2d6 damage.
Okay.
And he has to make 2 strength saves.
What does the brutal keyword mean again?
Let me check. It should say it in your class description thing.
Is that a normal thing? Or...
It's for martial techniques.
Yeah.
Brutal. Well, I would have to check the. Let me roll the strength saves first, and then I'll take a quick second to.
Okay, so I'll use the brutal technique, so I'm consuming a martial die.
Yep. You do gain martial die from your current
the
level and stuff.
brutal strength, or is it something else?
It's brutal keyword.
It's for martial techniques. So you can give with a martial technique you can give certain taijutsu a specific keyword that has a effect. But let me check for you there, real.
Brutal jutsu. The brutal keyword add half your ability score modifier. If they did not before, if they already add, yeah,
Okay, I got
instead both strength
Alright.
and dex.
So what is your modifier for strength? You use strength for your taijutsu, right?
Yeah.
It's
Which is
+3?
4.
That's 4.
Which is +4.
So yeah, so you add that's +2 to the
Both, so that's +4 total.
yeah, +4 in total. I was just making sure that was right. All right, yeah. So you add +4 to your so 2d6 +4.
Uh, 8.
8, and he gains 1 rank of bruised because he
Now
fell.
he's knocked. Now
Yeah.
he's knocked into the air.
Mhm.
I'm going to use a bonus action to use Feather Combo, which if me or an opponent's in the air, I can trigger this.
Mm-hmm.
Which I deal 2 melee strikes, 2 melee taijutsu attacks, targeting a creature, unarmed strike damage. If they hit the creature twice, use the momentum of the secondary strike to push them 20 feet any direction of your choice.
Okay, all right. Give me 1 second. I'm just handling the because he's gonna use his reaction for the initial strike and everything to try to not die immediately. But let me see something real quick. This is a crazy way you set this up. So that's -10 to a minimum of 1. So that's 1 damage. So what describe the second taijutsu again? Let me actually just read it on your sheet as well.
Once he's knocked into the air, I pretty much like kick him twice. So like I'll jump and kick him like on down to the ground. or further into the air, depending on the angle I'm in. But the point is, I punched him twice into the air, and now I'm slamming his body into the ground with my feet.
Okay, so the bonus action wasn't like a taijutsu or anything.
It is a taijutsu.
Oh, okay. I was
It's
trying to
called
look at.
feather combo.
Oh, feather combo. Okay, so that's why I was asking. Yeah, this is the first time we're using this, so I just want to make sure I understand how it applies. Okay, so 20 feet in direction of your choice. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So go ahead and make those two taijutsu attacks.
16.
Oh my god, if this dude survives, he will never go near ninja again.
26.
He will quit.
Combo striking out against a creature within range. All right. Yeah. Let me see real quick. So that is. I think it's taking a little bit to load. Yeah. So both of those attacks hit as well. Well, actually, you do notice as you're about to do these, like as you launch up, you knock him into the air, like imitating like a boar with like, like raising them up in the air with the tusks and everything. He's 30 feet into the air. You like flash step appear like right behind him, and as you're about to hit him, the same thing I described to Azumi. You see his muscles starting to like enlarge and grow as he starts like frothing at the mouth a little bit under his plague doctor mask. So go ahead and roll damage, but you see his skin is starting to become like thicker.
Now, since I'm slamming him to the ground, would he take more damage because he hit something?
Oh yeah, he's
after
gonna take
flying
fall
more
damage.
than 10 feet?
Yeah, he's gonna take fall damage from falling 30 feet. Yeah.
7 points of damage.
7 points of damage. All right, so let me see something real quick. So you hit him with these two like lightning quick strikes and everything, and like send him flying towards the ground. Let me roll fall damage real quick. So that'll be 3d6 fall damage. As a 9. All right, so that is. So you see, as these two strikes land and everything, it literally feels like you're hitting stone and stuff as his muscles are starting to like make a tightening, popping sound like before. But you see him fly into the ground and make just a tiny bit of a crater as he hits the ground and everything, and he's just kind of like just twitching on the ground, but still clearly like conscious. All right. Is that the end of your turn? I think you can propel yourself 20 feet in the direction of your choice when you hit with both.
Yes. Yeah, so I'm just going to, since I'm above him, can I just land on him?
She's gonna Robin from Teen Titans, double knee land on top of him. No, I mean, you would move 20 feet towards him, so you basically are like launching towards him. I'll give you some additional damage if you hit on your like turn and everything. That is the turn for you guys' help. Yubata is going to. Can she even get within range? Is the question. So that's 50 feet, and you guys are.
Oh, Yubita was going after the other one. Utra's trying to sneak away.
Yeah, I got totally confused with that. Yeah. So she is going to make a perception check real quick.
She has a tracker mark on him too.
Yeah, it gives a +4 bonus if I'm not mistaken. Let me see something real quick. Two +4 bonus to all checks made to track the marked creature. All right, yeah. Let me see. Where is her perception at?
She's in her habitat now.
Yeah, no, Gabriela, you literally are like, I imagine this is literally just like hunting a creature out in the wild. But so that's a 13. So let me roll the stealth check for this individual. That's 21. So you guys, Uzi, you see that Yubita, like her eyes kind of like meet yours as you see she's like frantically looking around. She doesn't say anything out loud, but you can tell she's worried about something as she's like concentrating and stuff. So she's just gonna use her main action to dash. She knows the direction you left off in and stuff, but she's gonna give you a nod and then run off.
Can Izumi call out something as they see her going?
Yeah.
Luminaire, follow.
He nods, and that's just pretty much what he'll do. He'll just use his action to dash.
Yeah, because I would rather not let one of them be out there alone.
Yeah.
I remember something.
Mm-hmm.
That strange thug over there, did he make... at the end of his turn, he should have made another save?
The one to the top right?
Yeah, because he is restrained by a vine.
He is dead.
He is dead? Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, he's dead. It's...
Oh, I thought he still had hit points.
No, I just left him there just in case. I mean, I don't know. I try not to delete
Oh, it's
tokens
good.
unless somebody's doing
Sorry.
something with it. I'll just put him off. I'll make him sideways.
Perfect. Sideways. The universal sign for death.
Yep. Yeah, Uzi, it is your turn right now. It's just kind of you hear Gabriela, like you guys heard Gabriela dash into the darkness, and then boom, boom, and then another like a quick series of strikes, and then you heard a loud thud as something heavy hit the ground.
Yeah, no, I don't want to go. I don't want to go near Gabriela. I'm
Not gonna lie, I'm kind of impressed we didn't hear like a cry of pain.
You hear snarling similar to the strange thug that you killed, like that same sort of like animalistic snarl.
But is it from the woods or from Gorilla? We'll never know.
Yep.
That's so true, bestie.
But yeah, Uzi, what do you think he's gonna do in this scenario?
That one's gone. That one's with Gabriela. There's only one choice. He's gonna follow you, but Luminaire. Yeah, fuck it. No, I can get precisely to the edge of the map using a dash action.
Well, let me see. I didn't know if you guys were, so I hadn't calculated the distance off the map. So he moved from like. He moved from like right here, and then it was a dash. So he's like what? It's 45. Yeah, it's limiting me on how far I can zoom out. 1 second.
I'm fine with that.
15, so it's 15 feet off the map. You get some Luminaire. Yubita was like right here, and she used a dash, so that would be like Yubita's probably the furthest away. You could catch up to Luminaire definitely. Because it was, I'll say 15 feet. She moved, so 15 feet minus, or 60 minus 15 is like 45. So she's about like 45 feet off the map. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all I can move.
All right. Cool. Yeah. No. So you start like you disappear into the darkness and everything, and not your natural environment and stuff like that. Like I imagine like like a branch hits your face and everything, and as another one's about to, Luminaire just puts up his hand and catches it and says, "I'll show you around."
Thank you. That would be fuck. Yeah, that would be very helpful.
You see, he definitely lets one of the branches hit you on purpose at first. But yeah, Azumi, it is your turn.
Before Izumi moves, intending to follow Gabriela, she is gonna call out one more time. We're on the same side. If you could hear me, just come out already. And then I'll roll a persuasion. 17 this time.
17. All right. Let me see something real quick. Well, also, can you roll me a wisdom save real quick?
By all means. Might I ask what for?
You'll see. It's not for anything malicious. It's not for anything malicious.
16.
16. As you say, we're on the same side. You're trying to like persuade the person and everything. You get like flashes in your head of. I feel like you see a like hazy. 16 is definitely enough. you get like a hazy sort of like, you know, like in a movie, like there's like that grainy sort of like thing in like old like movies and everything from like film.
Yeah.
You get like that grainy sort of like hazy feel as you get like a POV like perspective of like your like knees are huddled up against your chest, and you look like your arms look emaciated, and you're just looking out into like a rainy street as you see other people that are like just as emaciated and like just like hanging on for dear life against like a slum sort of street, and then your vision kind of flashes back to regular, kind of discomforting but not anything disturbing, just something you notice as you say we're on the same side. uh I will say you do sense a strange sensation on your arm, the same one with the chain tattoo that it formed.
Would she looking at her arm, does she see anything weird?
As you check it, you see a right at the chain link that stops right before it got to your hand. You see a sort of vaguely skull-shaped thing has formed like in between the links of the one of the links of the chains.
She looks at it a bit puzzled, but assuming this is a continued effect of what she did before. Looking at it, does it look like it's in the same kind of style as the chain, or does it look forward to it?
It looks like, I forgot what the painting is called, but what's the one where it's like the dude screaming, like it's like a art, like an abstract sort of painting?
I don't
Like-
know what it's called. I know what you speak of.
Yeah, it's similar to that. Like it contrasts the sharp, like almost geometric art style of the chains on that chain tattoo on your arm. The what's formed in the space between like the links and everything is a like vaguely skull-shaped formation, like I said. But as you look closer, it looks like it's like wailing. But yeah, it's starting to grow a little bit larger and everything until it connects to like all like the different empty space like points where it touches the chain. But do you want to do anything else in your turn?
Did any of that take in my action to ask?
No, you just did a persuasion check, if I'm not mistaken. That's your free object interaction, pretty much.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Go into here, bonus action dashing.
Mm-hmm.
Would I be able to see where Gabriela is, or?
You run around the corner, and in the dim light, I would say you see like dust and like dirt flying up in a cloud. But all you see is like the vague shadow of like something twitching on the ground or someone twitching on the ground, and then you see a like feral sort of animalistic humanoid shape, like silhouetted by darkness, like lunging towards them in the air. Like it's like coming down from the air towards the person on the ground, but that's all you see.
Then in my case, I am gonna main action throw a kunai at the figure on the ground, as the last she checked, none of them jumped up really high. And she would if Gabriela told her straight out, she would believe anything Gabriela said about what she
No, you guys have been
do.
friends since the academy. You've 100% seen Gabriela kill animals with her bare teeth.
Yeah, no, she 100% believed. Yeah, she is just throwing a kunai to assist. 16 to hit.
16 to hit. Yeah, so that does indeed hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
D4 plus 3. Does my lethal attack proc here?
Yeah, I would say so.
Heck yeah.
He is prone, I would say, just from the series of attacks he got hit with by Gabriela.
Yeah, and
10
then surprise
damage.
kunai.
Yes. Okay, yeah, no, so the kunai sinks into it with like, instead of the soft sound of flesh being separated, you just hear like a thunk, almost similar to like if, something crashing into like wood. But you see Gabriela as you're lunging towards him, you see he is like bleeding out.
Zumi just says to herself, sturdy bastards. That's my turn.
Like no, he's pretty much like dying, like right now. Like I guess he is in the strange thug's turn. He is currently dying. Now because he is not a boss, but specifically has a sort of transformation situation going on. I'm gonna rule it. I'm gonna make him make a Constitution save to benefit from the dying condition as I have it for you guys.
Okay.
And let me see. I'll call this a DC 15. All right.
Damn.
Well, the dice are rigged. It's confirmed. But yeah, okay. So this is a reveal to also educate you guys on how I'm doing the dying condition. So when your hit points fall to 0, you fall prone and are under the dying condition. At the start of the turn, you roll a death saving throw. So he is going to make that real quick. You may only use an action or bonus action on your turn, not both. And if you take damage while dying, I mean, I'll handle that stuff on my end. But essentially, you can still do stuff, but it's going to be very difficult during that time, and you're going to get ranks of exhaustion for doing things. So let me roll his death save real quick.
That's one.
That is 1 failure. He's going to roll a Constitution check to try to stand up.
What, is this guy the boss?
No,
No.
specifically because he is in a like phase shift sort of scenario where like you see his muscles are like popping and growing. That he's clearly not a regular person in this scenario. So that's why I said he had to make a save to even try to benefit from this. But yeah. So 2, take damage while dying, make a death saving throw. Okay, all right. So yeah, he is able to stand up. As you see, like blood is like gushing out of his neck from where Azumi threw a kunai into it. He looks up at you in the air, and similar to Azumi, you see this as well. You see he takes off his plate doctor mask. Gabriela, you see in the darkness a malformed, like shifting face as you hear like bones crunching underneath his face as they kind of like shifting to grow larger and stuff. And he spits at you with disgust, and he's just gonna try to shoot you twice with his syringe gun.
Nat 1 and
Well,
7.
Makes sense.
Damn.
Yeah, he
So a
wog-
nat 1 and nat 2.
Yep. That's also a minus like 3 to his AC now because he gains 1 rank of exhaustion from trying to do that. That's the end of his turn. He's currently standing up. As you kind of like are able to like dodge out of the way of the syringes in the air. It is your turn, Gabriela.
I'm going to, because now I'm falling onto him.
Yep.
And I had that 20 feet of movement from last round that I can use. Can I use it this round?
You mean like you gain an
launch
additional
myself?
20-foot movement? Oh, I see what you're saying.
like,
No, that launched you to where you're 10 feet like away from him right now, but I'm going to give you the benefits of plus 3d6 damage from like literally sailing into him if you hit him.
alright, yeah, so I'm just going to like, at this point, at a short distance, I'm practically flash stepping to my fist to his face.
Yep.
So I'm just going to straight up wail him. So that's a 7.
All right.
14.
14. Okay, so let me see something real quick.
I'll also use the Techo light property,
Mhm.
so I'll smack him twice.
Yeah, go ahead and make another attack roll. The first one does hit though.
I don't know what miss.
Yeah, so one kind of like clumsily sails by just because you're going so fast. It's hard to get the timing right. But the next one crashes into his face and everything. And go ahead and roll damage. I'm just gonna roll that this one is gonna kill him because he is not a boss. So I wouldn't say he benefits from this like full time. But
8.
8 damage. That is. Yeah, it's over half his maximum. So yeah, are you doing this lethally?
Yes, because I'm in
Okay.
hunting mode, so everything's lethal.
Understandably.
Yeah. So no, yeah, you see like his. Are you like just punching him in the face? Like, how do you do this?
Like I'll flush through, and my face with him in the face. My fist would hit him in the face and slam his skull into the ground. Like the
Mm-hmm.
Round motion, like her whole body's into his fist.
Yeah, no, so you just Azumi, as you're running up and everything, you see Gabriela like crash down, like dirt and dust like billowing up in the air. And you see her fist has like fully sunk through his jaw. So his entire like front half of his face is just missing. His kind of blood, a little bit of it splatters onto your feet and stuff. But Gorilla, your arm is like covered like up to the like right above your elbow, just in like full like covered fully in blood. And are you doing anything else in your turn? That also would have been an additional 3d6 damage. Like I said, I forgot, but it doesn't really matter. He's he's dead. Yeah.
She's going to use the rest of her movement. She's going to look at Izumi. Where's the next victim? The next prey, I should say. Where's my next prey?
They're chasing them. They went that way. As she points
she's-
the general direction.
And she's going to bolt that way.
All right.
Oh, as you go, Izumi is gonna call out, "Meet back in the clearing once you're done."
All right. Let me see something real quick.
Yeah, Izumi, from this point on until they're done hunting, Izumi is returning to the center of this clearing, just waiting for them to come back.
All right. It's going on just you guys' help.
Why don't you join us?
Y'all are way fucking faster than me.
No.
Uzi is currently yeah, from your perspective, Uzi, you see well, Yubiza also isn't like a natural athlete and everything, but you see Luminary is just like leaping from branch to branch. Like he looks very natural in this habitat, even though he does appear like disturbed by something. But he looks very natural in this environment. I'm gonna have him make a perception check real quick to try to track this dude, and both Yubiza is also gonna make one as well.
Can I roll perception to see if I can track him? We'll take it down the same path.
Let me see something real quick, because I have to see how close you would be by this point.
We said I was 10 feet away from the dude, so that's 65 feet of movement.
Yeah, I got you. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to calculate stuff on my end. All right, so he'd be. Can't even zoom out that far. That's crazy. He is a ways of a distance away. Let me check something real quick. Give me 1 second. Sorry. So 60. Right. Would be about 90 feet. Okay, so basically how I'm going to do this, I'm going to initiate a skill challenge situation here for everybody participating. So, Gabriela, you are a good distance. Actually, I would just say, yeah, everybody make some. I'll ask for a athletics check, a acrobatics check, and then a perception check. There's not in any particular order, but they're all DC 15, and I'll explain why in a second.
Athletics.
With that being the case, I'm gonna put his
acrobatics
on the map, as she is on guard
and perception.
About something else. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So yeah, which ones were the? So
athletics, acrobatics, perception.
That was in that order. Athletics, acrobatics, perception.
Yep.
All right, yeah, Gabriela, go ahead and roll that too. I'll roll that for Luminaire.
I can see myself falling to the ground at least.
So I'm gonna roll the same order: athletics, acrobatics, then perception. So.
Jesus Christ!
Why
did you do this to us?
Hey, you guys wanted to run off into the forest. I don't know.
Yeah, that is fair. Yeah.
Let me see.
Disagree.
Athletics, acrobatics, and perception.
We're D&D players. We don't know when to back off.
This is a thing for your wild child stuff, Gabriela. Check your wild child features. So I feel like you have advantage on tracking creatures.
Athletics and acrobatics. I have advantage on athletics and acrobatics, actually.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah, so you have advantage on survival checks made to track creatures, and so I would probably say that applies for this. So roll that perception check with advantage. But yeah, you have advantage on athletics and acrobatics checks that involve climbing, jumping, or maintaining balance. So that would apply here as well.
Okay, so I'm going to reroll them then?
Yep, reroll all of them.
Yeah.
Okay, 2d20.
Just let me know. Do it in the same order, so that way it's easier for me to.
Okay.
Yeah.
25 for athletics.
All right.
Clicking the wrong button, and it's not helping me.
Yeah, you're all good.
All right. Athletics, acrobatics, 16.
At least someone is doing well.
14.
14.
You can will fire that last one if you would like as well.
You would have one because I know for a fact that all of you guys nat 20 at some point last session.
I
Either way
have
you
one.
started. Yeah. You still hadn't used yours.
I got 2 right now. I'm using them because I have advantage on everything right now because I'm hunting in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
That is true. So go ahead and do
So
that perception check
athletic
again.
25. Oh,
Yeah.
Athletic 25. 16 for acrobatics and 14 for perception.
Well, do you want to add a +5 using one of your will of fires to that perception check? Because that's the only one that fails.
Yeah, I will. There's +5 on it.
All right.
So just
I
remove
don't know why. I just thought of a DM who wants to fuck with his players. Just tells a player that, oh, you still fail.
Nice arguments. Failure.
You want to add that? You want to add that +5 to it? Okay, cool. Because it fails. I'm joking, no. But yeah. So yeah, I don't know why I'm tripping. Yeah, so that would be 19.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So I'm pretty sure everybody fails other than you.
Which honestly.
Oh, what? I don't know. I rolled a 3 out of 5. You're sure? You're sure I don't succeed?
So Uzi, as you grew up as a politician's child and everything, like in the libraries and like the get your nose in the books and stuff like that. This is not your environment. This is it's hot right now. It's very like muggy and everything. Like your hair sticking to your skin. This is so uncomfortable in your big ass cloak and stuff. There's branches hitting you all the time. There's like dirt flying up in your face. So yeah, as you're running, but you do notice something weird. So you do take. Let me roll. I'm just going to roll this damage and have it applied to all 3 of you.
Oh, no.
All right. So as you guys are running, you start noticing, Gabriella, you instantly pick up on it just like from a subtle feeling of like feeling the ground. You instantly like bound up to the trees as you're chasing after him. But Uzi, Luminaire, and Yubita, you guys are all... running through, and then you feel like a sharp pain in your foot, and you can't see it because it's dark, but you start feeling sharp pains in your feet as you keep trying to run around, like like change like direction, stuff like that, to like maybe like move out of the way of it. But you see there's just like these small spiny objects like caltrops all like dotted all over the ground and stuff. So naturally like Yubitsa or Luminaire or yourself would guess to jump to the trees, but as you jump to the trees, you feel like the branches are slick and like hard to get a good friction on and like grasp on and stuff. So you start slipping and falling. So you do take 5 piercing damage, all of you, just from the mass amounts of caltrops and like sharp projectiles.
I placed Legos.
Essentially, yeah. But so let me see that. Gabriella, you're able to avoid all of them and stuff like that. And then as soon as you hop onto the branches and feel they're slick, you immediately just like climb higher and everything to a point where they couldn't have reached. And you're just leaping from tree to tree. And I will say you definitely catch up to him. Do you just leap onto him and just take him out? Because we don't even have to like do that whole interaction. He is not able to take you on one-on-one like this.
It's true.
That's just my decision. Like that's just my decision with it. Like, do you kill him? Is basically just.
Oh, absolutely. She's hunting.
Okay.
You don't just like leave your prey alive when you're hunting. You fucking kill the fucker.
Yeah, so no,
So,
this is yeah, this is an exhilarating thing to you because it's the first time you've had to like track a creature. Like he was well hidden and stuff, and had like did a lot of like things to give you obstacles and stuff like that on the way there. But this is just like a natural sort of thing to you, like dealing with smart prey. So you lock onto him and just leap from a tree, crash into him, and you just see like he is just maimed pretty much. Uh, Yubita, Luminaire, and Uzi, I think you guys do hear the sound, and you eventually approach Gabriela, and you see now your elbow originally that was just covered with blood, Gabriela. Your pretty much your entire upper half of your body is like stained with blood. Um, as you all approach and you see Gabriela standing there, like the maimed body, like missing, like large sections of its body and stuff. Um, Gabriela, you.
she
Mhm.
I'll describe how she'll look like. She'll be like breathing heavily above, and there'd be like no trace of human in her at the moment. It's purely animal instinct.
Yubita kind of holds her hand up to her mouth in like shock. Um, Luminaire is like not really moved by it since he like hunted with you and stuff. He's not like this is like a regular thing for him. But Uzi, how do you think he like what do you think he is like thinking at this moment?
As he's getting into every bad part of this forest.
Oh no, I mean like as you run up on Gabriela and you see her like like crazed animalistic, like covered in blood and stuff.
Annoyed. I think he would be pretty annoyed at the situation.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like it makes it a bit. Try to find the right word. Yeah, it's probably just a bit annoyed that he was outdone by a wild animal in human form.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, let me switch the music real quick since we are out of immediate combat. Um,
I will say, as they were hunting down the last guy, Izumi is, while keeping her attention around herself, so in case there's another, she is not just completely blindsided, but she is trying to recall what she saw, as now that she has a moment to think about it, she's very puzzled by what she saw.
um, yeah. What do you just like kind of close your eyes and concentrate on it? Like, how are you trying to recall this moment?
Akin to what she did in meditation, only this time focusing in on the vision, I feel like would be the best way to say it, that she saw.
You kind of are like jarred a little bit. I won't ask for another wisdom save, at least for this like immediate like time period and stuff.
Okay.
Um, your eyes kind of have that hazy sort of feeling again, and you feel like it gets easier to concentrate as you look at your arm. That spot where that strange like wailing skull had formed in between the one of the chain links. You're looking at it, and then you just kind of are like uh, kind of like immediately thrown off by the same sort of like vision as before, but you feel like the sensation of yourself being like knocked onto the ground and stuff, and you look up at a like entire squadron of shinobi like walking by, like Leaf Village Shinobi, you can tell by the uniforms and stuff. The same emaciated people that you saw across the street now are just lying on the street dead. Flies have started like landing onto their eyes and everything. Is you see like a small child is like crying, and for some reason you can't feel it. Like you can't feel any emotion as to like why you would be crying, at least in this vision. But you know there are tears falling from your face. You can feel the sensations on your face as they're like falling onto your knees, that they're still huddled up against your stomach, and you look like thinner now, but your eyes like immediately dart to the like how full the shinobi look, like like fat faces on some of them that are laughing and like drinking in the back of the line as they march through the city, kind of knocking a couple of the other like peasants and stuff like that on the street out the way. But then you immediately come back to you're standing up and Fujimaru's looking at you. Hello?
Oh, uh, sorry. How long have you been standing there?
Uh, I don't know. You didn't hear anything I just said.
Uh, no. I was lost in thought.
You see, he looks at you suspiciously, but doesn't say anything as he glances over at the sealsmith. The sealsmith walks up and says, "I, I don't know what I know that one of the seals was here just because of overheard him talking and everything, even though I wasn't supposed to stay. So are we waiting for the rest of them to come back?" And as he says that, you guys hear another loud thud and then like crazed sort of breathing, like Rilla's like crazed sort of breathing and stuff.
Yes, we are. From what I can tell, there is, at the minimum, one more, and he should be the boss of them.
He just nods and says, I couldn't look at him. Sorry. I just he all I know about the boss, he's a big guy. All right. I
Don't, don't worry.
I just want to say I'm sorry. I really am sorry. I don't want to. Everything's gonna be fucked after this. I didn't know it was.
Izumi's gonna look up to him. Her chokuto was still in her hand, but she would go to sheath it.
Mm-hmm.
No one could have guessed that this all would happen. As I said before, we are here to fix it. Or at least, what we can.
But you guys can stop. You guys can help me from not getting imprisoned after this, right? I'm helping
I
you guys
don't.
out.
I do not believe that you would be imprisoned for this. A chance of trying to get some drugs, you would probably get in trouble for that, but I feel like they would know better than to blame the victims of what's happening here.
He.
Regardless,
Mhm.
should we survive, I'm sure we all will speak on yours and the other sealsmith's behalf.
You see, he nods and he introduces himself as Nanko, uh, but you see he has a very maybe an insight check real quick.
Can do. Insight is a +6, right? Yeah, that's insight. 19.
19. All right. Yeah, so no, you kind of see he's like nervously shifting, like even more than before. You would guess that he's definitely, you don't know anything. I would say you guys have been taught like the basic don't do drugs things at the academy, but you don't know the specifics. But you see he's just like very clearly going through some sort of withdrawal and stuff. Um,
The
but he
three
looks
Ds.
he's looking off in the distance to where Uzi left and everything, and you can see a look of like resignation and sadness on his face. But he looks up at you and says, "Say, that that kid wouldn't happen to be the pink haired one. He wouldn't happen to be the Shimmer, right?
He is.
One of those politicians."
She would nod. He is. I don't know how much of a politician he is himself, but he is the son of one.
He he kind of just nods his head, and you see like a look of extreme sadness on his face as he kind of just looks down and kind of just goes to sit down on a rock. Um,
Uchigumo.
Fujimaru walks up and says, "It's Fujimaru."
She would let out a, what's it called? She would let out a very joyless chuckle. Apologies.
He
I'm, well, just to say, or to ask, you're new to the village, right?
no, I grew up here.
Ah, well, sorry. running into my class kind of dragged you into all of this?
He just kind of like stops you at the end of your sentence. Shut up. Not in a disrespectful way, but he's just like basically like it's. I'm not. I don't care.
Yeah, Izumi got it. Izumi's been saying the same shit to fucking Yubito.
Hmm.
So yeah, she just nods.
He looks at your arm and says, "Well, you see, he doesn't say anything, but you can really see. You can tell he's like paying attention to your arm, like the part, the the chain tattoo part. You don't know if he knows about like the development on the link and stuff, but you can see he's like very clearly eyeing it.
Uh, I don't know if now's a bad time to say it, but seeing that you clearly know at least a tad bit more than I do with this, I fear whether it's something I did from before or unrelated, I'm gonna need to get the Lord Forth to look at the seal.
He kind of scoffs and says, "Yeah." But you can clearly tell he's trying to make you feel better, but this is his own attempt at humor as he looks expectantly, thinking that the way he said it was like funny.
I feel like just the way he said it mixed with the look, I feel like she would let out more of a laugh, just appreciating any bit of humor to alleviate,
Hmm.
the worry that she has for the entire situation. Though she
Um,
will ask one more thing.
hmm.
I don't know what experience you might have with seeing some stuff like this. Would you know if memories are something that are meant to be seen?
Memories.
I think I saw something that I don't fully get.
He kind of looks off in the distance and says, "We'll talk about it later." But the only thing I can think of is, and Uzi and I would probably say you would be walking back first, considering you're the most annoyed with this with this sort of situation.
Yeah.
You're just sweating and like completely uncomfortable and covered in dirt. You overhear as you're walking up like just around the corner and everything. Uh, you overhear this last part where Fujimaru is like looking at Azumi and Azumi he looks at you and says, "You didn't see any silhouettes, did you? In the you know."
I saw what I thought were both Konoha Shinobi and what I could tell were slums.
Not that. I mean, when when you were. I mean, I don't. So much I can't talk about. Look, all I gotta say is, did you see any like shadowy figure in like when you were, I guess, dreaming? Like any somebody who was kind of shaped like you?
She would think about it for a moment, but then almost immediately recall something very much exactly to what he said, and then just give a nod.
He looks at you like with a deadly serious face, and you. At first, he was like almost like when you were laughing at his joke. You had shown like a genuine emotion for like one of the few times when he like looked little kid proud of himself for like making you laugh, and then you see he immediately gets like stone face, even more serious than before, and says, "Did you look at them? Did they touch you?"
We spoke, but I don't believe they touched me. She
Hey,
says, genuinely not remembering if they touched
what's your
her.
history bonus?
My history bonus is a +5.
you remember that you felt. Remember, I described you felt a warm sensation as their hand, like they reached out their hand, but they weren't close enough, like within arm's distance to touch you, but you felt the warm hand on your face, and that was right before you switched places and began like sawing at the chain.
Oh, yeah, then she would nod. Yeah.
He looks at your arm like kind of frantically, and then says, "Just don't, don't do that. Don't do that again." You like yeah, you see a look of genuine like fear on his face, but he ignores it and kind of like Uzi, you walk up and you notice that definitely as you reach the clearing.
Yes. Izumi just like tilts her head, confused, but seeing that he clearly knows a bit more than her, she just nods. Just yeah, yeah, that seems logical.
All right, well, you guys all group up in the clearing, having successfully defeated all of the individuals. So what Yubuta kind of sits down and like curls up in a ball against the tree and says, "Well, that was a pretty killer time. I don't know. I'll shut up."
I don't want to talk about. I don't want to talk about it.
Well, we can choose not to for now. We have one more task ahead of us. We just need to take out their boss. After that, take out the seal. Hopefully the Hokage is aware and they can clear out or fix whatever has happened here.
Luminary kind of brings up, those. I feel like this entire forest might be trapped. To be quite honest, I'd be surprised if it was just that one section you went into. I mean, you ran into there with a lot of confidence. So,
It wouldn't surprise me. That's a bit confusing. Why would they trap the area around if we should be the only others actively against them? It's annoying not knowing, she says, just rubbing her forehead, just annoyed.
Other people could be in here. There could be other people here not affiliated with us, or just don't know about.
Yeah, true enough.
This is going to be very annoyed as he kind of just like sits down, very frustrated at what just happened, and just like angrily eats the last part of his honey badge.
Oh, that actually is a good point. Yupita, by chance, would you have any more of those honey batches?
you see her eyes kind of widen as everybody looks at her and everything. She looks a little bit uncomfortable, but she says, "Yeah, I got I should be able to muster up one more. It just
Really should be.
it takes me a lot of effort to make those. I'm not complaining or anything. I'm trying. I just want to help and stuff. So I'll get right on top of that."
No, those honey batches have been a lifesaver. Honestly,
Genuinely.
I would not have been able to keep up if it weren't for those.
She nervously like chuckles and everything, and all right, well, I'll get right on it then, honey. Not like not like in a like that sense. I meant like because like I make the. She just walks away.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a valid response, honestly.
Is there somewhere to rinse some blood off of me in this open area?
No, there's not like any sources of water or anything like that.
I cast Piranha Swarm without the piranhas.
That would be unironically a creative use.
Just make me a chakra control check. Usually, that's why like it's kind of like how spellcraft works for like Pathfinder, like 3.5.
Yeah, can I just try and make a Piranha Swarm without the piranhas?
I'll call this a DC 13 chakra control check just to make
Oh.
like a little like a water bath.
I'm gonna jinx it.
thing.
Oh, I got this. I did.
All right, 15. Yeah, so you walk up to Gabriela and like are able to wash most of the blood off, where it's still going to be stained into her clothes,
Yeah,
as like their blood
yeah,
was a little bit darker and blackened, almost like the zombies you guys have been interacting
yeah.
with.
He would also begin just like washing his own clothes in like the time he has, just
Yeah.
to get some of the mud out.
What's his reaction to seeing Gabrielle like have her body drenched in blood? By the way,
Whose reaction?
yours.
Izumi looked and clearly acknowledged the fact, but it is very plain to see that she is actively repressing her emotions from acting out.
I'm pretty sure this is the
If you
usual.
want to insight, I'd give you insight at advantage. Like it's not hard to tell. All of
Oh
this
no,
scares the
she's
fuck
still
out of
in.
her.
Uze would not be surprised in the least.
Gabriella's still
This
in like primal mode at the moment because she knows she's not safe yet. So, so the water. She's a little hesitant about the water at first, but when she tastes it, it's clean. She'll wash herself in it.
please
Yeah.
don't drink the chakra water.
Izumi is gonna say, while we're waiting a moment, I'm gonna keep an ear out in case their boss tries to contact.
Oh yeah, so you still have that
Yeah,
earpiece on you?
it's still on.
All right.
While I wait, I'm gonna go gather up anything from the three that we managed to kill. Notebooks, other communicators, because we can use it against him, and anything else.
Well, I will
Right.
say for the two ones that Gabriela killed, their earpieces would definitely be
The droid.
destroyed. Well, actually, no, you knocked out both of the earpieces for the other dudes. Well,
Oh,
you would have
actually,
destroyed one of
yeah.
them. So
Yeah.
you would have two earpieces. Technically, yeah, there's three earpieces in total. One that Azumi has, and then the other two.
Okay, so we have three earpieces. I'm. She's gonna look to Luminaire and just ask, Luminaire, would you be willing for one more fight? Well, one more big fight.
He nods, a little bit of a solemn look. You kind of notice now. I'll say with that insight you got earlier on the villager, I'll still run with that. You notice he
Okay.
is definitely extremely uncomfortable. That probably might be the reason why. He's in the woods just as much as Gabriela. So the fact he messed up definitely hints at that he's like uncomfortable with something. Gabriela, I will say because you're friends, you already know Luminary is like scared of the dark. He won't really talk about why, but the dark makes him insanely like uncomfortable. So he is you know anxious, but he's able to steal his nerves. So he that's just something it's like subtly and all that. But yeah,
Izumi's gonna.
Luminaire nods.
Yeah, Izumi will toss him one of the communicators, or one of the earpieces.
Luminaire kind of like clears his voice and says, "All right, let me let me practice my evil guy voice."
Uh, no, not yet. She
Oh,
like holds up her hand so he didn't.
starts click.
You are best at range, correct?
He kind of looks proudly at his bow and nods. My
We'll
dad
use
taught me.
that to its full advantage.
He
So,
yeah.
when we go in, whether it's you, Yubita, or you alone, I want you to find somewhere out of the way, somewhere safe, more importantly. And I want you to use that bow to its best advantage.
He nods and says, "Yeah, I'll make sure to keep out of sight."
She would nod. Yeah, she assumes that Yubita would be going with him, both to protect him as he focuses on supporting us, and she doesn't want to make Yubita fight a battle if she is not of mind to fight. Then she'll look to Uzi and Gabriela. Chances are he's gonna have whatever the best version of their drug is. So, if there's any preparations either of you need to do, please do it now. Because We need to win in this next fight. I am low in chakra, so I'm going to try to use my skills to their fullest. I work best when either someone is distracting him or someone else is up front with me. So, whatever you both want to do, that is the current role I am in.
Uzi, can you roll me an investigation check real quick? Or either that or a history, whichever one you want to roll.
What did you say?
Can you roll me an investigation or a history check real quick? Whichever one you wanna choose.
Investigation. Very big fan of that. 19.
Nice.
19.
Yeah, it's intelligence. It's intelligence. I got that on lock.
You, as a politician, you're able to. They teach you like things like when you're a politician to make people trust you more. You learn how to memorize. Like you keep a head count of everybody in the room. You keep a head count how many people are showing up to your political rallies. You know, not just the number, the names of the people and everything. You notice who's not there, who hasn't been coming as frequently, who hasn't been there for 2 weeks. So you're able to recognize patterns. Every team of strange thugs that you've encountered has traveled in groups of 2. You just fought 3. So you know the leader is around, but you know for a fact that they like, it wouldn't make any sense for there not to be another one that like you didn't fight for. So that's just information that you register and everything.
Is there a check to do to sense chakra?
That's a jutsu specifically. I would probably say, yeah, it's like only when it's like strong sources of chakra can you really make a chakra control chance or chakra
Okay,
control
that's fine then.
Yeah. But that's just information you register and everything. But Yubita does walk up. Yubita does walk up. And she says, "Bon appetit." Sorry, I can only. My wasps are kind of tired, and she like stops herself for a second as she says, "My wasps are kind of tired," and then she like trails off for a second and says, "But anyway, I could only make one more, but I hope that helps." And one, she can decide who's carrying it, but it's 5 charges for one.
Yeah. Whoever is right now, the only reason why I would want it is to replenish a little chakra. But we can hold off if
you could also give it to other people. Like you can give like a batch to another person if you have the main batch.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I did that to Yuzumi 2 sessions ago when you had to leave a bit early.
Yeah.
So no, we can give it to each other as well.
All right. Well, you can like parcel that out. Is there everybody taking a short rest, or are you just immediately traveling there? Luminaire does speak up and says, "You don't ever want to give your prey time to collect themselves." That's just me.
Izumi does want to go there soon.
Let's get this over with.
Yeah, in that case, I'll have one of the batches just more to replenish chakra with the bonus of health.
Yeah, so that would be 4 charges then. Or it's down to 4 charges. How
much does it give again?
It is
6 plus calm.
Yeah, 6 plus
if
calm.
If you use it in action.
Yep.
Okay.
Chakra and HP.
Well, it's just 6.
I've used enough of those to remember it.
Yeah.
6 HP and 6 chakra.
Yeah. All right, there you go.
Perfect. Okay, I know exactly what I'm gonna be doing.
Can you guys hear me? Is everybody still going?
Yeah, sorry, I'm here.
Yeah, no. Cool. I know Uzi wants to go get water, and then I don't know if you heard, but Azumi is just having to help her or help their dad do something.
Walk the dog.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. I can't remember what it was specifically. But I guess while we're waiting, Gabriela, did you have any like specific things you wanted to say? Everybody's just kind of sitting around. You see, I don't know if you heard the part where Yubisa made one more honey batch for you guys and everything. But yeah, all you guys are just sitting around right now.
Gorilla's gonna walk up to Lumiere.
Luminaire.
Luminaire.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, I went to French.
No,
I
you're
read
all
that
good. I understand.
name. And just like of the little humanity she has become more interested. It's okay. I won't let anything bad happen to you. Alright, the dark can't hurt you while I'm around. Remember that.
Luminaire kind of scoffs and like punches you on the shoulder and is like, I'm the one that's got to protect you. You always head into stuff headlong, and I got to send in the arrow to finish the cleanup.
She'll laugh a little. Yeah, that's the point. We're hunting buddies. I bait you when you have your errors, you get me when I have my errors.
Also,
We're part of a pack together.
yeah, he nods. You can see that definitely means a lot to him and everything in this moment and stuff. He like breathes like a sigh of relief, sort of thing. Um, but let me see something real quick. He um he looks at you and says, so how much do you want to bet the politician boy over there is gonna be tripping over his ass trying to get through those traps again? I'll put down 100 Rio for it.
You look, she's,
I can hear you.
He looks all he like whistles
say
as he's
I can
100 Rio
I can
that
hear you.
he whistles as he looks
100
up.
Rio that he's gonna fail. You said?
He walks you off to the side and everything. Oh, we're not talking. We're talking about a different politician boy. So how much do you want to bet
He
he's going to
said
be tripping
100.
over his
I
ass?
said, oh, 100 first trap right away.
First trap right away. I'm going to guess the fifth one.
Guess the fifth one? Well, he didn't know the woods like we do,
Yeah, I
and
would assume
he's
that.
more of a city boy.
I bet you if you found a book on it though, you'd probably get it down.
Yeah, yeah, damn bookworms.
Yeah, so Luminary and Gabriela are just making fun of Uzi. But Uzi, yeah, you said you wanted to talk to Yubita, so yeah. You just hear them whispering off, you just hear them whispering off in the corner, like, shh, and they're like chuckling.
You know, I'm not gonna take it to heart. One of them lives on the street. Yeah. God damn it! I lost my footing now. And I'm going to lose my footing next check as well.
You're still like you're kind of like sliding a little bit as you walk towards Yubita and everything. Maybe an acrobatics check.
Fuck you!
A little bit of the residue is still stuck on your sandal.
I'm using a prodigy point.
Do not use a prodigy point for this.
Okay, I will fire it.
This is a meaningless. This is a meaningless check.
That is the most important part to do a prodigy.
Okay, go ahead and spend one of your resources for this.
I'm not gonna.
I hope you do worse.
I'm not gonna
do worse.
There's no fucking way I'm gonna fail at walking. No, I'm using a prodigy point. That's a 13.
13.
I still
Okay.
have 2 of them left, by the way.
So as you're walking up to Yubita, some of the residue from this like clear, it's like a transparent, like clear substance. That has like it has a little bit of, like a metallic sort of scent and everything, like that's metallic adjacent sort of scent. So a little bit of it's still stuck on the bottom of your sandals. So you start slipping a little bit, like heel first, but then you like concentrate, like kind of like widening your stance to like stomp down on the ground to stomp yourself. And some leaves kind of fall on Yubita. She looks at you and chuckles. She's like curled up against a tree branch right now.
Easy money. Easy money.
Nailed it.
Perfect. He's just gonna. He's a bit flustered by that, but he's just gonna like He's gonna try and keep calm after that. As he just like you kind of gives like a fake cough and just. But I just wanted to say thank you for the honey batches. They've been a very big help all around.
you see she kind of like beams with pride, but you do notice that her eyes are a little bit kind of like sunken and stuff like that. Now, as you can tell, that her chakra feels a little bit like not dimmer like Azumi, but just you can tell that she's not as lively right now. She's a little bit low energy, like longer breaths and stuff. So you can tell she's definitely exhausted all of her ability to be able to do that for the day, and it definitely took a lot out of her. But she gives like a kind of a weak smile to that and everything. Yeah, no issues. Just make sure you don't use up all of them from you getting caught slipping. She like references the disturbance in your
Yeah.
memories.
Yeah, I know. I'm not as beastly as those two other there. He's gonna very
Very
much
loudly, yeah.
point
Mhm.
out to them as they just began talking about him.
And then
Um,
Gabriella's gonna be like, if he falls within 10 seconds, would you give me $10?
10 Rio. I mean, that's honestly, I would put down 20.
If he falls within 10 seconds?
Is he if he falls
Can
within
I
5?
do I hear that?
No, you hear them whispering. Okay, like I would say you hear like bits and pieces of it, like 100 Rio, like falls 15 seconds, 5 seconds.
Okay, because I was about to say I would like to hold my action in case Gabriella tries to tackle me.
But
Alright.
yeah, Yubita kind of like pats
Oh,
the
that's totally what's gonna happen, by the way.
Yeah, I fucking knew it.
Yubita pats the ground like next to her and everything where she's sitting and everything, like beckoning you to sit down and stuff. As she says, "Trust me, I get it. My compound, Aburame compound, is technically in like a forested type area, but it's nothing like this. It's really, really hot. It's muggy and stuff. I don't like this."
He's gonna sit down. He's gonna sit down next to her, keeping an eye on those two other there, just in case. But yeah, it's just gonna, yeah.
Pay up.
Being
Pay up. He's on the ground.
That doesn't fucking count. No, there's no traps right there.
The goal is to hit the ground. Give me the money.
It's not at all what we said from the start. You know it.
You know what? It still counts. His body land the floor, so it doesn't matter. A fall is when your body hits the floor.
Well, guess what else is about to fall? You see, he turns his fist upside down and does a middle finger. But yeah,
She's gonna bite it. Like she's gonna put like her she's gonna bite.
so it's just cartoon style Uzi. As you sit down, you see cartoon style dust is billowing up and everything, like fist and like Gabriella's and Luminar's heads are like poking out of like the dust and everything as they start fighting.
Get a room, you two.
Yubiza just kind of laughs.
He likes audience.
Wait, what? He stopped fighting and he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? But yeah, no. So Uzi Yubita does like laugh out loud at that, and yeah. Did Uzi have anything they were gonna say?
I forgot. I think I did. I'm trying to remember now. Oh shit. Yeah. Give me a quick second.
You're all good.
Oh, I got some water down the wrong hole. That was the reading hole. Yeah, yeah, no, I'm not to use this place myself. Or any forest at all. It's not completely wrong what they're saying. I am a city boy.
I mean, yeah, that's fine though. I prefer the city. A lot more people to mess with.
Yeah. Gotta agree with you there. So it's so slippery out here.
Yeah, I don't know. There's something weird on the trees. My bees picked it up before they eventually had to go to sleep. I don't really know what's going on here, and I didn't want them all to be, killed or anything. So I kind of just de-summon them, just like Azumi and Gabriela and stuff. But I don't know. She just kind of like brings her knees to her, like kind of like rest her head like on her knees and everything, and she like curls up a little bit, and she just you see her like kind of relax, and then like is like shaking a little bit as she says, "I know Azumi says she doesn't blame me, but I just I know being a shinobi, you have to do combat and stuff like that. That part I'm okay with. It's just this is a lot, I guess. I didn't think it was gonna come this quickly, and whichever way you slice it, I'm the reason why we're here in the first place. There's nothing that anybody can say to change that. So
Let's say that we didn't. Let's say alternate world. We didn't go here. What do you think would have happened then?
she doesn't answer, but she gets your. You can tell she gets your point as she just gives you like a smile and everything, and just like rests her head between your knees and stuff. I know. Thanks.
Yeah. As much as you might not enjoy the fact that we're here, it could have been much worse if we weren't. The village would have been in much worse danger than if we were here as we are.
She nods, and that you can tell that definitely does make her feel better. That's not even a persuasion check and everything. Especially, I think your passive persuasion as well would be like extremely high considering your stuff.
If passive persuasion is a thing, then yes.
I generally go off of passive scores when I don't feel a need to like take the.
All right, 17.
17, yeah. So yeah, I mean that would be. She definitely feels better that you're pretty good at giving a pep talk and everything because that's part of your like family's whole job. So she lights up at that and stuff. But you do notice as you look over at the other end of the clearing, you see the sealsmith, the drug addicted sealsmith, sitting on a rock, and he's very clearly eyeing you. And as you meet his eyes, he like looks away, but you can tell he's been like looking at you for a minute.
Yeah, he won't. He won't move towards him, but he will give a look like I saw what you did there. He just.
You see, like he definitely wants to talk to you. Like I said, I go off of passive scores, so with like insight sort of stuff.
I have a lot. Okay, I don't have good insight. Wait,
what's your insight?
Oh yeah, no, that's 13. That's 13? Not that great.
13.
Yeah.
I mean, you can definitely tell at least that he wants to talk to you, but you can clearly tell he feels like awkward about something, but you don't know what unless you did like an insight check for it. But he looks like both sad and like happy to see you. Like he looks like almost like overjoyed.
He's just again. He's not gonna say anything. He's just gonna look back very confused, just like kind of tilting his head slightly as he looked towards them.
Let me see something real quick. Okay, so Zumi's on the way back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would probably say like, well, I'll wait till Azumi gets back to see if she would have said anything during this time. But you guys do notice that. Well, how long are you resting? Are you resting enough for a short rest? Because that would be at least an hour. Or are you just? I know you said you guys were getting ready to head out, so I didn't know if you were just like taking a quick like 10 minutes while all these conversations were happening.
It probably would have just been like a quick 10 minutes.
Okay, yeah, so not a short rest or anything. So Fujimaru doesn't have to roll any more saves because he only had to roll one just for the time it took to get here and then the interaction and stuff. But you can clearly see he's like kind of standing up straight and pacing around. But you notice his steps are becoming like a lot more labored. He currently has 5 ranks of exhaustion, which is halfway to the maximum of 10. I gotta make sure to write that down some more. Where is it? So you can tell he's very labored breaths and steps, and his veins are becoming the same like darkness color that Azumi's were. But for some reason he doesn't look like Azumi was very obviously worried about it because it's very discomforting thing, but Fujimaru is just blank face like usual. All right, so everybody blows up. I'm joking, but let me see.
Okay. Also, I don't know if this is just something that I've been misinformed. Why do you keep adjusting Fujimaro's AC instead? Like, well, is this supposed to be his chakra?
No, it says
You didn't.
well, I lowered his chakra maximum chakra by one because it was 16 before, so it's now at
Yeah.
15.
Okay.
But exhaustion lowers your AC as well.
Fuck. Damn.
But he's at 11. He's at 11 AC.
All right. I know how we beat this guy. We need a gun. Is anyone 7 levels into Lunar Slayer here? That would give us a gun. No, fuck.
Yeah. Let me see something real quick. But yeah, no, Fujimaru is not feeling good. That's why he didn't participate in the last combat because, if he had started fighting, then he was gonna have to start rolling those con saves for,
Yeah.
blood rushing in the middle of a fight and all that stuff.
To ask, would people be fine if I used one more of the charges to get a little extra chakra?
No.
I don't mind saving it.
That's all up to you, yeah.
I will use one more as
Use up however many of those resources as you want.
Yeah, it would give me actually near max, so that is perfect. I wish I had a bonus to con.
Also, you guys all get ready to head out and stuff. As you guys are all getting ready, Fujimaru and Yubata are kind of like, and Luminaire as well, would just be like kind of stretching a little bit just to warm up and stuff. Fujimaru says, "Do you guys need me to help on this one, or should I just hang back?"
Hang back, and if you see we're struggling, then join in.
He nods.
Yeah, you don't look like you're in the best of condition.
He looks at you with like a blank face, and he's not trying to say it with any bravado. He just says, "This can't kill me. It's fine."
Are you good at stealth?
He doesn't want to say he's not, but I will. You can clearly tell on his face that he knows he's not. And Luminaire speaks up before Fujimaru can say anything. He says, "No, he's not." Fujimaru just looks annoyed. All right, there's gonna be a little bit of a cut.
Hi, there was a cut there.
Yeah, because my power had a little bit of a surge and stuff. But yeah, picking up where we left off, Azumi, you were about to say your plan.
Yes. If we can make him believe we have more forces than we do, then we can make him go into a corner a lot quicker. Or ideally, make him either surrender to take him out or something. We have the advantage of being able to use the battlefield to our liking here. So, to that end, Luminar and Yubita, I think it's best if you two hold further back. However, what we can do is we can use your skills to let him think that we have more groups around us than we actually do. This way, if we can hurt him, even if he doesn't comply, we can get him to hopefully stand down sooner than later. The main question I have for everyone: are we going to try to take him in if given the option? Or are we just going for the kill?
Does he deserve... Does he deserve it? After all he's done?
I would much rather know he's going to suffer for the rest of his life. But...
And that is fair. And we can make sure he suffers for the rest of his life. though his life may be cut short. After what I saw in that book, I don't think that man deserves any mercy.
If we're given the chance to be able to kill him, end him. However, if at any point we are given a plausible chance to properly detain him, do that. Something tells me that interrogation would love a playmate about now.
All
Oh,
right.
Zuko's here? Oh no.
So as you guys get to the area, you can kind of organize where you would be. I mean, honestly, it's not going to be any sequence to get there, so you can just position yourselves. The seal is, or I have it marked right there. You can clearly sense where the seal is. It's the most powerful one.
Yeah.
So you guys all get there to the carnival sort of area. I will ask for just those series of athletics, acrobatics, and
No! No!
yeah. So
they're gonna earn money off me.
I'm so sorry.
What order did you say they were in?
Athletics, acrobatics, and perception.
Do you want to do it? Do you want to do it first, Azumi?
Yeah, I'll do first.
Yeah. Just so we don't have them. No, she's gonna get lost.
Gabriela, you don't make the perception check with advantage this time since it's not for tracking a creature, but you still have advantage on your athletics and acrobatics checks for this.
-1.
Do it.
Fuchimaro has minus.
Unnatural 1. Right, so it's
Unnatural 1. That's not something you hear every day.
Let me see something real quick. So that's
followed by a nat 20.
Wait, so that's a 1 athletics, nat 20 acrobatics.
Oh my god.
And a nat 1 perception. Beautiful. Well, I gained back a will of fire, so you know that's okay.
All right, time for okay, let's Gabriela get done. Just so I can do all my stuff. Okay. Athletics. Okay, it's not as bad as last time. Acrobatics. Yes!
Alright.
Perception is 11. Okay, it's not complete garbage.
Alright, so a 15 was the DC to beat here.
Oh right, no this shit. I forgot.
You know what? Hang on. I'm gonna use the will of fire I gained on the nat 1 I got for the perception.
Okay. Well, let me roll luminaries first, and then you can roll that. Well, actually, you can do that first.
This is too late.
Yeah, that's fine.
He also fails the athletics.
So, let me try to log all of you guys' results. Basically, how many on what are the on? I can't talk.
Can I use a will of fire on the 11?
Yes, you can use the will of fire.
Can I also use the will of fire for my perception?
Well,
I would like to.
Right. I'm gonna go down the line. I'll go down the line real quick.
Yeah.
So Uzi, what were your results? Were any of them below 15?
Yes, 2 of them. The athletics and perception, but I want to use will of fire to turn an 11 into a 16.
Which one was the 11 for the athletics or
perception?
Perception. All right.
Yeah, my athletics was an 8.
Okay, so you didn't succeed the athletics, but you succeeded the perception and
acrobatics.
And acrobatics.
I got a 21 on the acrobatics. Let's go.
You will only take half damage from this, as you only step on a couple to start off with the like the caltrops on the ground, but you're able to quickly go up to the trees and able to maintain your footing with the acrobatics to be able to leap by and stuff, and you're able to notice future it's still dim light and everything, but you can kind of notice, but the little bit of moonlight that's able to reach past the darkly colored trees, you're able to notice certain spots where not to jump and stuff. So this is definitely a very heavily trapped sort of area. I mean, you guys have been traveling for hours, so they definitely had time to put this up. So let me see. Unnatural 1 for athletics, Azumi.
Yep, those are in order. Yeah.
acrobatics, nat 20, and then 21 perception. So you will also only take half. And Gabriela, what were your results?
D6 for athletics, 23 for acrobatics. Now I like to re-roll perception.
26
Will
for
fire. Will
athletics.
of fire.
So you
Will fire.
succeeded the athletics and acrobatics, right?
Yeah.
All right. And then you go ahead and re-roll that perception.
Yeah. And I forgot I don't have my uh cat grace anymore, so I don't get a +3, so it's just a straight up D20. -1.
How long's the cast grace last for?
A minute.
Gotcha.
No! A 0!
Well, you still keep your other rolls, so
A 0!
we love to see you. We love to see you.
We
Yeah.
love zeros.
That is indeed a.
None of you have ever seen a 0 in D&D before.
Oh, I have. I've seen the negatives, but it's still funny.
But yeah, okay. So that's 4 damage. So who takes half?
Me.
I think all of you take half, if I'm not mistaken. But let me check Luminaire. Luminaire takes half. 2. And
Luminaire also has to pay. Luminaire has to pay Gabriella because I didn't fall for the 5th one. I fell for the first one.
Yeah, no, you see, you immediately. So I'll describe what happens afterwards. I gotta get Fujimaro's. Fujimaro's probably the worst off here since he has a -5 to everything. So he fails at everything for that. 4 damage to him. 2. Where are Yubitsa's? Yubitsa got. Yubitsa also failed at everything.
Well, luckily, Hupita won't be one of the people, at least initially, in the front of the fight.
So she only had like 1 charge left of the batch that she has for herself and everything. So she is just going to add +2, since technically she's going to take 4 damage. So I'll just subtract her health by 2. 2, and Luminaire takes half. All right. So the ones who Uzi, pretty much all of you guys only take half damage from the caltrops and various traps placed along the trees. Like you see various parts of the trees are like sawed at with like some sort of like very much like a sawing device, maybe like they're big ass hunting knives you've seen. But they're sawed to make like splintered sections and everything for you to land on to like stick your feet and stuff. These guys clearly are very experienced with dealing with shinobi and the like and stuff. So yeah, as you get through, a lot of you are having to like really like stop and slow down and stuff. Like you're keeping a fast pace for a little bit, but especially people like Yubitsa and Fujimaru because of the plague affecting him in his body, he's very slow and like is crashing into trees, like just mistiming his jumps and stuff. And Yubitsa is not super athletic, so she kind of needs to take breaks every now and then. And Luminaire is able to keep up and everything, even though at certain points, certain things are tripping him up and stuff. He's having to go a little bit slower. But as you guys get closer to the carnival sort of area, as you see a little bit of a dim light approaching, you see a assortment of plague-touched like bodies and everything, like body parts, and you see they're kind of like hung up from the or not hung up, but like stuck into like the spiky parts of the trees. You see various skulls, but specifically, you see at the tips of the branches, in the shape of the letter I, is a mass amount of eyeballs, like arranged in the shape of an eye. And then there's the letter 4 made out of eyes, and then there's the letter I. So I for I. But that's up to you guys on how you would have reacted to that. But you see all these eyeballs stuck into trees to make out like the phrase "an eye for an eye." As you clear the forest, finally getting through, kind of huffing and puffing a little bit. Um, you notice a group of villagers. Still, it's very dimly lit. A lot of the torches have been kind of knocked out and lamps broken. You see a lot. You smell a lot more blood in the area, which is just from the fight that you guys had in here. Just kind of like splayed along the ground and stuff like that. But you see villagers in the back near the carnival, the round like merry-go-round section with like all the animals and stuff. You see they're all huddled like in a small formation and everything, kind of laughing and talking to each other, and you see them like eating food and stuff, kind of like tears of joy falling down their faces.
Uh, Important question. Zuko was with one of our other classmates. Is there any sign of her around?
You don't see Kukunara anywhere. No, I was gonna just get to that. You do. You hear Zuko's like haggard breathing and everything. Um, as you approach the area too, you don't immediately see him because he is behind like a the stalls in the middle of the area and stuff. But you can definitely hear his like breathing and stuff.
Izumi is gonna roll stealth real quick.
There's not gonna be any stealth necessary. There's you kind of like are sneaking around for a little bit, but you don't notice any like nobody is here.
Well, yeah, but Izumi is falling into what she is good at.
Okay.
Is if we spot the main dude, we wanna Izumi wants to take him out.
So
But
Fujimaru, Yubasa, and Luminaire are gonna hang back, like kind of like they stay in the forested sort of areas and stuff. Um, just to hide and stay out of sight. So they're like pretty much in the woods right now.
before we would have split off, Izumi would have told forget names, Luminaire, to name random channel with the earpiece.
Oh, what like give a give like a report and everything.
A different frequency to stay in contact through the earpiece.
Well, okay, so it's not that complex. I will say that like this is pretty much the limits of your understanding. This isn't common technology. This is like World Trade Organization has access to this type of technology.
Gotcha.
You would be able to get like a basic summary of it, as if it's not like you've never seen it before, considering you work for a World Trade Organization representative. But you can at least tell it's not that complex. It just receives messages and stuff, and then presses the button to speak on it.
Gotcha. Yeah, then she would just say, keep attention with the earpiece. If things go further south, I'll give you a sign what using it.
He nods and then disappears into the forest with Luminaire and Yubitsa, kind of like walking in front of them, making sure to take the lead. You see, he takes one last look back at Gabriela. It's a little bit of an anxious expression as he looks around, and he's just like too quiet as he disappears into the woods. Let me remove them from the map.
Can't help but agree.
But yeah, no. So Uzi, you feel like a pat on your shoulder. You see Nanko, the sealsmith who would have introduced himself.
Yeah.
He gives you a nod, and you see like a very warm look on his face as he gives you a smile and keeps walking and stuff. You guys don't after like a little while of sneaking, you're able to get over to like this area where Nanko is without any sort of problems and stuff. That depends on whether you want to walk out in the open. That's all up to you. But you don't notice there's nothing or like nobody here.
Izumi is gonna stay in the darkness, but she is gonna whisper to Uzi, confirm if they've seen the boss, as she is gonna just stay further in the darkness.
One of the villagers speaks up as you do see a wounded, emaciated-looking man that you would guess is one of the drug-addicted sealsmiths as well, lying down next to Zuko. Zuko is just sitting on top of like, or not sitting, but like laying like laid out on a like wooden sort of board and everything, next to a couple of the stands and stuff. Still like pretty much unconscious and stuff, but you hear him whispering something or like mumbling something. Would you like move closer to like figure out what it is?
Yeah.
You lean your ear closer, Uzi, and you hear he's like with tears kind of like streaming down his face. He's like, Luna, I'm I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And he's just repeating that over and over again. Um, and you see like a look of fear in his eyes, as of like, like fresh fear. But yeah, Azumi, are you just going up to the seal? Like, how are you guys proceeding with the situation? The
Uh,
villagers all look at you and they're like, they're all college students and stuff. They're like, thank God, Shinobi are here. Thank God.
Izumi would first just ask out to them. Have you seen any more of anyone in Plague Doctor gear?
They all kind of look at each other and says, well, yeah, but we, the really nice, one of them like walks up and speaks up and says, a really nice man, really like helped us out and everything. He seemed prepared for this kind of stuff. Uh, he just told us to stay safe and wait here. There's not going to be. He made sure there's no zombies around.
Where did he go?
He said he had to go make sure the forest was clear or something like that. But we've been running for so many hours. We just needed somewhere to sit down, and he had food for us and everything. You notice he has like a sandwich in his hand. Gabriela, can you make me a history check? I don't mean to interrupt, but I just want to make sure this all happens in sequence.
Now, who make a history check?
History check, yeah.
Who? Me?
Yeah.
You.
Yeah.
What?
Umi, yeah, you.
History. What's my history? My history is not.
Probably -1.
Yeah, that looks like it.
We believe in you.
Seven.
Okay. Yeah, so he just has like food and everything. He offers you a sandwich, Izumi. As he kind of like has tears in his eyes and says, after everything that happened, I can't believe we ran upon two saviors.
Izumi is gonna look to the food skeptically. Just like wave her hand in dismissal. I'll eat when this is over.
Can I check the food to see if it has any substances in it that could turn them into undead?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and make me a perception check.
Perception?
I would argue perception or investigation.
Investigation works. Yeah, that'll be fun. If investigation is better.
It's a 7-point difference. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and make a perception. Make an investigation.
It's
18?
+0 to +7. There's a difference.
The
That's
food
80.
doesn't appear like any physically different than like regular food. Like this is a sandwich. It's like ham, cheese, and all that sort of stuff. Most of what they have are like sandwiches and then just pieces of bread and stuff. But looking at the sandwich itself, I mean, it doesn't smell great, but you don't know if that's just because, I mean, that could be for a lot of reasons. It's been hours inside of here and it's very hot and muggy and like, kind of like humid weather and stuff like that. So it's not going to smell great even if it's out for an hour. But that's the first only like really thing you notice is that it just smells bad.
Ugh. Yeah, no, thank you. This smells spoiled.
It's the best we got. We've been running for hours. We're not like you guys. The sealsmith here passed out, but he said that you guys would know how to do this sort of stuff.
We can get the barrier down, but for right now.
Problem is that as soon as I touch that seal, it's gonna sound an alarm. And if there's anyone around here hiding, then that would complicate things.
He nods and says, "Well, we'll try to help however way we can, but it should be fine. The man that found us earlier, I should have gotten his name. he was really good about it. Like he had this what is it called? It's one of those new things. It's a catcher, I think it's called. It like shot out, like burst the flame, and he like burned away any of the zombies that tried to attack us and stuff. So as long as he's out there, you guys should be fine, right?
A flame pistol.
Can you tell me exactly what he was wearing?
Um, like a gas mask. He had like this. He's a really big guy. He's let me think. I don't know. He never really
He had
took
a
off
gas
his mask.
mask?
Yeah, he had a gas mask, and he was wearing like a hood, like a gray sort of hood. He had like these like shoulder plates and everything that kind of looked really beautiful. Honestly, he was like a falcon almost, like a bird, you know.
Hmm.
Do you believe that's our mysterious third party in all this? All right.
I wouldn't be surprised.
But I don't know. I guess the only time I ever saw him take off his mask after he gave us the food, he seemed like he was crying tears of joy almost. It was weird though. I can't really say whether he was crying tears of joy or if he was just crying while he was smiling, but he watched us eat the food for a long time and then just left.
Izumi is very suspicious and not trusting, but she would nod.
All right, but yeah. So how do you guys proceed? Do you guys go to like undo the seal and stuff? Like how are you?
We're gonna need to do it anyway, so I guess we better just get started.
Is there a place that you all can bunker down while we do this? If a horde comes, we do not want you all in the crossfire.
Yeah, I guess we'll try to hide in that ramen shop over there and everything.
Yeah. If you can, cover up the hole with the tables, whatever you can. We'll wait about 10 minutes, and then after that, we'll start work on the seal.
All right. They all huddle into the ramen shop and everything. I'm guessing you asked them to take Zuko in there too, and the sealsmith. To note, the sealsmith next to Mr. Zuko is like unconscious and like has he's like his throat is slit, but it's not like a very deep cut, but it's just enough for it to be like a serious wound and everything. As they're just kind of like muttering to like trying to they're trying to speak, essentially.
Is he unconscious? Or is he conscious trying to speak?
Yeah, I guess I should have worded that better. He's like on the edge of consciousness, similar to Zuko, but like at least he's like a lot more recent and stuff. But he's like delirious, essentially, is a better word for it.
Would I be able to roll insight trying to understand what he's saying?
I'll probably be perception to make out what he's saying.
I'll do that. Any information is better here, so I'm gonna 19.
All right. Uzi, you can go ahead and roll those chakra control checks with advantage, considering that you're not like interrupted by anything. So just make those 4 chakra control checks, and then I'll use the bathroom real quick, and I'll describe what happens based upon the results.
How many can I make? 1?
It's 4 checks to undo the seal and everything.
Yeah, but can I make all 4 now, or?
You can make all 4 now. Yeah, you're not.
Oh shit!
Because I mean, a turn is around 6 seconds, so that's just 24 seconds to try to attempt it. Yeah. Give me 1 second.
So.
And with advantage, let's see. DC 18. This should go well. Are you ready, Izumi?
I'm ready.
1! Oh, that's barely a success.
Barely.
2! Let's
That's
go!
a success.
3! Let's go! 4!
Fuck
Yeah! I am the sealing master. Fuenjutsu specialist in the house. We're gonna get ganked so hard.
Yeah, I'm fully expecting a big ass boss fight.
We're gonna die. Luna's gonna arrive.
Yeah, it's because it's. I feel like it's gonna be Luna. She
then
is a
it's gonna
logical like
yeah.
boss fight.
It's also gonna be. I also think Jobu is right. I still think zombified Jobu is arriving. I'm going to be sad.
Yeah, and it's.
I
I'm
like Jobu.
kind of really scared what a ninja zombie is gonna be like. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, that's bad. He has fucking giant wings.
All right. So with those 4 checks, damn, you succeed all of them. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, it's quick work for you. You're not in the middle of combat, like having to worry about anything else. So you're able to undo these seals. You notice now, after having done plenty of these, I mentioned it before, but this is very similar to Uzumaki seal work.
Yeah.
Just in the like advanced sort of like drawings and everything. uh and yeah, you undo the seal, kind of like the mark making the seal kind of like burning away with like a blue energy and stuff. And the alarm was obviously like ringing off for those 24 seconds, piercing loud. And you don't hear any other than like the groaning in the distance that I've talked about. You don't really hear anything really other than the alarm. um but as the seal comes down, uh whoosh, like, covering over you, and like this last wave of chakra washing over the area, kind of echoing, um and the barrier goes away. So I have to do the exact calculations for the time of day for like reference and everything. But it is still nighttime, which is confusing to you considering how many hours you've been traveling and stuff. uh but yeah, as the barrier comes down, let me see something real quick. I'll roll with that. What was the perception you rolled before, Azumi?
The perception was a 19.
19. You hear as the seal comes down, a series of loud thuds. Did you have Mr. Zuko get carried into the
Yes.
to ramen shop? Okay.
They would have
100%.
both been brought in. She just wanted to try to understand what the sealsmith was trying to say.
You hear a man's voice, kind of like echoing in the distance, singing a children's lullaby, like Rings Around the Rosie type thing. This is just happening as the seal comes down and stuff like that. You notice a couple sounds. One, that sound I just talked about, of a man's voice singing like a Ring Around the Rosie in the distance. And you hear the sound of bodies like dropping, like a loud thud, like multiple loud thuds inside the ramen shop. And you see a light. Let me see. I'm trying to see something right here. It's gonna be a little bit difficulty. I know you have to go in a second, Rizzy, so I'm trying to hurry this up.
No, it's all good.
Okay, let me just copy and paste because it's not doing it for me right now. And I misspoke a little bit in terms of the distance. I mean, like it's like very like a very faint sound, but
Yeah.
you see on top of the ramen shop a torch light. And let me remove these villagers just so it's easier to see for you.
Yeah.
You see a torch light and a man's hand holding it.
Damn it, it was him.
Around 6.5 feet tall, broad-shouldered, dressed in a like gray cloak that's like tattered at the bottom edges of it, and like stained with like blood and mud and stuff. Wearing a gas mask on his face, just with like a Darth Vader style, like you hear like a breathing apparatus and everything. You see, that's the first thing that you register is just like the proportions of this dude. But you notice as he places down the torch into like a lamp sort of section at the corner of the ceiling of the ramen shop, he turns around to face you as he's still singing that children's lullaby and everything. I would imagine at this point, Gabriela is just to explain, like Gabriela might be like stunned by just this realization, but you see he's holding in both hands now. On one hand, you see Kikunara held by the throat,
What
and
the hell is he doing here?
in the other hand, you see Yoshitomo also held by the throat. Both of them severely wounded. Kikunara has burn marks, burn marks all over her body and like scratch marks and like various wounds. And Yoshitomo appears to have like a bit of like the side of his neck, like a deep wound in that, like it's slightly bleeding a little bit. But you see he's just overall bruised and battered, like black eye, like missing teeth and stuff like that. Uh, both being held by the neck, like by their collar. He looks at you and says, "An eye for an eye. So I'm going to ask you this one question. Pick one." And for reference, he would have a ready to action, essentially. You can take however much time you want to decide for that, but you know what he's referencing and stuff. He holds his wrist like near both of their necks and stuff like that, and awaits your answer.
The edgelord or the fashioned girl?
It's like a
Yeah,
split second
no.
sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, this is Izumi's eyes widened as it really sucks not having Gabriela here because
Who is he asking this to, by the way, or is it just everyone?
No, this is
that
yeah. Essentially, he's just asking you to like shout out your answer and stuff like that. As you can tell, he's gonna basically he's threatening to kill either one of them. He's asking you to pick which one that you want him to leave alive.
Kikunara! Yoshitomo is a bitch. I'm not. No, Kikunara.
do you actually say that?
Yes. He's gonna like steady himself as he sees it. Just like the two choices. Like he doesn't particularly like any of them, but there is a clear one who. It's not the fact that he likes any of them. It's just the fact that he dislikes Yoshitomo more than Kikunara.
Okay, so which one does Azumi pick? This is a split second sort of thing. Like this isn't like he's not giving you time to. This is all happening like
No,
as, like things slow down. Yeah.
Izumi seeing this, realizing the question that he says, doesn't say a word as she just again draws her blade.
Both of them are like barely like conscious and able to like look and stuff, but you see he smiles. Uzi being the only one that answered. Uh, I feel like I should leave this definitely for Gabriela to be here because that would be the deciding vote. But as that decision is being made, he asked that I'll explain the thuds that you heard from within the ramen shop that he's standing on top of. You hear a little bit of like, I'll say with that 19, definitely you can still hear it, like gargling sounds as if someone's like drowning and stuff. But then after that drowning sound stops, she's like, then you start to hear multiple voices of them start groaning, and you hear a little bit of like shifting inside of the ramen shop. And as that's happening, as he's like waiting for your choice, the strange gas masked man, he says, "The time is for retribution." And to end the session, you hear Luminaire, and I'll say Luminaire definitely would have noticed it first. You hear Luminaire like shout out, like clearly not to you guys in particular, but to the other two people with him, guys. And as that happens, the forest around you lights aflame.
Oh my god, that is
Giving you a little bit of a reference for what that strange transparent substance might have been that was covering over all of the trees. As you see the forest, it explodes with flame. And that is where we'll end the session.
We're in the gulag. Oh fuck.